Welcome to Dragooning Dungeon Preserve, the largest dungeon preserve in the land. Welcome in Yenverse. Ours is Creatures of Darkness if you want to try it out. I'm going to do this one since I just started it, and then I will do yours next if you're still here. Dragooning, you will encounter here in Dragooning, you will encounter various monsters of all sizes and shapes, many of which are rare or extincting all our dungeons. But I am sure you already know this. After all, you have paid good money to come here in order to hunt a dragon, and not just a dragon, a true dragon, the Crimson Dragon. Notice browser version might be unstable. We'll try the desktop version then. Let me see if it'll work in here. You have a list of the order you're playing. Interested to see when you're getting to my game. So my order is mostly if you're in the chat, I will take yours next. Otherwise, I'm doing it by the order they're listed here. So if you're in the chat and you say, hey, I'm here, I'll play yours. Someone should make the Rickroll game. I don't make games. Someone do it. Do it. So when I say, hey, is anyone here who wants me to play their game? I'll do it while you're here live. I would prefer to do it if you're live. I maybe should have waited a second longer before starting because it seems like there's a couple people here. But I already sent a message and I got a thumb up from Indus. So I'm going to keep going with this one for now. All right. I was going to install, see if it'll install through the Itch app. Install. And then this will hopefully put in a sandbox for us. Z to confirm or interact, X to escape, M to toggle minimap. And if this doesn't work, I can use a sandboxer as well. Oh yeah, no worries. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming by. Hoo-yah. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I got that.
Can you hear me now?
Whoa.
I have a my microphone, if my skin touches, the button is not a real button to mute it. Sorry about that. It's not an actual button to mute it. So sometimes I bump it when I'm reaching over to do something. And so that seemed to have turned it off. All right, we're going to do this. Let's try run sandboxed. Oh, this one's being super weird. This one doesn't want to run. There it goes. Okay. Dragon Hunting Safari. It's an RPG Maker entry, it looks like. Options. All right. How's the audio level? It feels very loud to me. USB mics have so many easily toggleable things nowadays. Yeah, it happens. It happens. All right, here we go. Dragon Hunting Safari. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dragooning Dungeon Preserve, the largest dungeon preserve in the land. Here in Dragooning, you will encounter various monsters of all sizes and shapes, many of which are rare or extinct in all other dungeons. But I'm sure you already know this. After all, you have paid good money to come here in order to hunt a dragon. and just a dragon, a true dragon, the Crimson Dragon. Let this town serve as your preparation base, folks, because indeed prepare you will need. Dragon Hunting Safari offers you a tried and true dungeoneering experience, just like the adventures of old. That means no hand-holding. Oh, I almost forgot. Here is your starting funds. You gained 1,000 gold. Use it to buy some items, especially potions and ammo. You can't shoot if you're out of ammo, and also if you're dead. As you explore more and more of the dungeon, use the money you collected from defeating enemies to resupply and upgrade your gear. Also, if you're confused about something, take a visit to the library and learn a thing or two. I sincerely hope you good luck, have fun hunting the Crimson Dragon. Your party has rested and recovered. What do you want to do? Open menu, manage, party, item shop, gear shop. I guess I should look at my party first. Here you can customize the name and appearance of your party. Explorer Leon. Is this the Resident Evil Leon? That's funny. Ebenezer, Bob, Julia. Okay, ammo 5. They all have the same stats. All right, let's go see. Gear shop. Welcome. You can buy or sell weapons and armor here. Buy. Bronze armor. Everyone already has those. Everything. All right. So. All right. Don't need any of that apparently. Item shop. Buy. Ration. Restores 75 HP. Bandage. Smelling salts. Throwing knives. Coffee. All right, let's go try it. Said I wanted more ammo, but I don't see the option to buy ammo. Was there ammo at the gear shop? No ammo. Library. Oops. Library's telling us how to play. All right. Embark. Move, turn, and strafe with WAS DQ. Interact with objects or confirm with Z or space. Open menu or cancel with X or escape. Toggle between mini map and full map with M. Do you want strafe with QE? Strafe with AD. Minecraft. Changing strafe buttons to AD. You can change these later in the options. Also, you may return to town at any time by interacting with the blue orb behind you. Good hunting. Blue orb. Okay, so this is using, I think maybe this person submitted this a similar entry last year, or this is some default RPG Maker stuff that's built in. I feel like I remember a very similar entry, or at least textures. You may interact with these by pushing it. It can only be on group dirt. If it's stuck, try pushing it from another direction. I also feel like I remember this pushing mechanic. I have some kind of stamina or something filling up. There's this yellow bar. Okay, so I can not push it from there. Remember these ramps too. This is so interesting. 1,000 gold were found. This game feels so familiar. Oh, I'd have to press space? Ah, I see. Oh, that's saying how much time until the next combat. Fight. Shoot. Okay, so I'm guessing I will have to rest to get the mana, the bullets back. This is sort of like the resource down here. Yeah, this could be great with some custom assets, right? I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just, it looks like you're using the default stuff from RPG Maker, right? Totally fine. $200 G found. All right, so this meter is showing. All right, so I can't push that here. I see, so that needed to be in the middle there to go over it. Like so. Whoa there, Sisyphus. Booyah. So the other thing I have found with most RPG Maker entries is the combat is not particularly interesting, so I can just sort of auto battle my way through it. Is there a rest option? Or do I need to go back to refill my ammo? Yeah, party is recovered. All right, item shop. There's something, ammo rounds. Here we go. Standard issue. That's what we need. Burke. Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep coming back to town. Ebenezer took some damage. There we go. I don't know if I have what I need to heal that guy. So might actually need to get different item types. Might have been a mistake to just get ammo. All right, let's go back. I think they were 100 gold each. We can buy some of the healing things. Item shop. Buy. Restore 75. All right, we'll buy 3 of these. Embark. Thank you for the hoo-ah, JD, by the way. Hoo-ah, JD. Let me go over here. Ah. You gaze upon the monster in front of you, a powerful dragon. This is not your target. We best if you steer clear of it, although if you're sure of your capabilities, you may touch it to challenge it. Oh, that sounds scary. Stop following me. Baby Wyvern has emerged. Am I getting so the question is, am I getting experience? I didn't know you could make stuff like this in RPG Maker. There's a first-person dungeon crawler thing you can buy for it. Are we getting experience? There might not be. Okay, so there's no experience in this game. Or it doesn't seem to be experience. So fighting enemies is mostly to get money, it seems. Bob! No! Bob went down. Got my 1,000 gold. Ammo rounds. Oh no! I might lose. Alright. Game over. So do I have to start completely over? Ooh, I have to start completely over if that happens. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to be more careful. Or is there a save? Okay, there is a save option. I'm not sure if I can save in town or anywhere or not. All right. Item shop. Buy. Let's get a few ammo rounds. Smelling salt. Revive an ally with 1 hit point. Let's get some rations, and we'll have to just try and be a little bit more careful. Embark. Gold. And I'm wondering if the enemies scale based on distance. Flying shark emerged. These guys don't seem to give that much. The chest gives a lot more money. So part of me is wondering if I should just be trying to flee from those combats. Let's see if that, how much was that combat worth to me? So I got 200 gold, but I'd have to use 2 potions to heal. Let's come back up here. A lot of misses. And so then the question I have is, he also needs ammo rounds. Oh, come on. Oh, I used it on the wrong guy. That was annoying. Okay, got him. Need to go back to town to revive that guy. Okay, come back down here. I do like that it tells me how long till the next fight. That is nice from the random encounter perspective. Wait, did the guy just get revived? I don't understand. Alright, so in the gear shop, I do need 5,000. I need a lot. So these aren't even really worth even looking at currently. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if it just makes sense for me to try and run from combat. Okay. Let's see if it's possible to run. I need a save. I probably should have saved. Okay, it is possible to run. I'm wondering if that, and I'm so close to the entrance here. Combat is kind of boring. So my options are attack or use an item. I'm not gonna be able to push that. And to combat, I don't seem to level up from combat. So it seems like I should mostly just be trying to run in combat. Okay, so this, I couldn't go either of those directions. Dragon. So maybe buying lots of health potions and then running. Yeah, I take a lot of damage. Let's save here. And now that there's a chest back here, I get 1,000 gold. And I'm assuming there's going to be some boss I have to fight, so I will need to hopefully find some chests. Just one enemy might be easier to shoot to death. $500 gold, okay. Cordana welding gun, yeah, that's an engine situation though, I believe. Yeah, RPG Maker, right? So, not. I suppose it's their decision for choosing the engine. Crab people. Alright, come over here. Nothing. Okay, so I need to maybe move that to get across. I can't run. Can I reload? Okay. Since I made no progress there. Hello. Dragon up above me? Is that what's happening with that? Okay. Iron snails. Should have saved. We will save here. Doing the old scum save. Alright, we'll come get this chest. Got 1,000 G. Well, that seems unfortunate. Okay. Snails. Oh, come on. Okay. What do we got over here? I'm out of that situation. I'll save again. Escape. I feel really bad doing this, but the combat running back and forth to town did not seem like what I wanted to be doing if there's no teleport option to just fast travel back to town and then continue where I am. And my decisions in combat are either need to be so trivial that it doesn't matter. Like the combat's so trivial, is like my options are attack or use an item. So I definitely think the combat could be more interesting. Give the different characters different abilities, maybe. Right. I'll have to reload here anyway. Continue. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe I don't understand. Back here. Oh, there's like an underground area. Yeah, very familiar assets. Octo Chris, welcome in. We're playing Dungeon Crawler Jam entries. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I didn't want my guy to die, so I have to reload. Man. Yeah, this is this game, or you haven't seen this style of game? Reload. Let me try using some of this. My characters maybe won't die. Escape. Oh, am I gonna have to fight these? I don't know. Okay, we'll save there. Yeah, this is an RPG Maker entry to the Dungeon Crawler Jam. How is my gold? I'm at 5,000. I could buy one person an upgrade. Yeah, you know, the RPG Maker comes with some great built-in assets, right? Alright, we gotta see if we can make it back to... Yikes. We're gonna have to make it back to the entrance here. And am I right in that these guys don't have... Yeah, there's no experience in this game. Sit here. And there's no way to go back to the entrance. They all have the same stats. I need more. I'm wondering if I kill enemies, do they get removed from the game? I'm about to fight an enemy. Because fighting isn't any easier. Oh, maybe that was. Okay. Roll it. Can't roll it further. Get back to the entrance this way. Okay, so this is like unlocking a quicker path. Yeah, we can open up the map there like that. Okay, made it back to town. Yeah, I have enough to buy exactly one person an upgrade. %95 accuracy. Evasion. Yeah, it feels like a trap to buy new things. Like, these feel like they're supposed to be something I can't get until later. The yellow gauge is tracking how long until the next combat. Instantly flee from battle. Return to town can only be used outside of battle. Does it consume that? Yeah, the balance it feels quite rough in this one. These would be worth it if they were not so expensive. Fire rounds. Gain a fire effect. I am thinking smelling salts might be what I want. Otherwise, because I don't think I want to just grind 1,000 battles to get enough money. Part of me is thinking, oh, let me get a bunch of smelling salts, and then I can use my stupid combat trick to try and run from battles. Yeah, because these are so, like, the money things are so expensive. Smoke bomb's the other one I'm thinking, because this will let me get, skip 10 battles. All right, we're going with this silly strat. All right, we're going with the silly strat of battle escape build. Just the fleet combat bombs. All right. So I did, okay, so these are unlocking quick ways to get back. So I will try escaping like this, and then I will revert to the chest down there. I should have saved. Ebenezer, no. Probably shouldn't save here, but we're going to. So there is. I can do that. Let's see. If we can find anything useful in here. Gold. Yeah, I just well, let me push it that way, or I pushed it the wrong way. I pushed that the wrong way. For sure, I think. Oh, maybe not. Can get back to the entrance, maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I gotta find my way through this area and get down here. Oh, I can't get past that guy. No way, right? Or is that the Crimson Dragon? Maybe? Do I have to fight that guy? Alright. Bit of a maze. It's a very long game for me without a whole lot of anything, nothing very interesting happening. No real puzzles for me to solve, just wandering. And combat is difficult enough, and I don't want to have to keep running back. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to pass. A changing environment could help, yeah. I think the enemies, for the most part, need to be easier. Alright, I'm on my last bomb here. I'm out of bombs. Like this. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Alright, we just gotta hope we can get lucky with our runs. Good. Then I'm pretty sure there's pretty much no way. I'm going to be able to beat whatever boss enemy. Like, is this the boss? There's no way, right? Isn't it already prepared to hunt it? No. Yeah, I don't think I want to spend an hour just grinding through those fights. I can try maybe getting back to town. I mean, it's lacking some custom assets. That's the biggest thing. The progression feels very difficult for me, or very grindy. The progression is going to be incredibly grindy to get to the next level. The characters don't gain experience. It seems like the amount of gold you get from combat is incredibly limited. And so the strategy, let's see if we can get back to town. I'm gonna try a couple times. The strategy to be able to do this would be to stand outside the front of town, it seems, walking back and forth and then going back to town to grind out gold. All of these seem to give 1,000 gold. The enemies were giving me maybe 200, 500 gold per combat. And so and then I would be having to spend that to buy healing potions. So just some balancing. Would need to happen, I think. I love that it's submitted though. Rule of thumb I follow for jams is either you make the game a short and sweet or add replayability of proc gen. I don't think most people expect or want an hour-long epic, and being able to balance such an experience. It's hard to balance an experience for that. So my game is too long, right? So my entry is too long. It's an entry of like you're exploring. I did limit the number of combats in mine. I think there's too many. But my entry, if you play it to completion, is about 90 minutes to 2 hours. I have seen, if you know exactly what you're doing, you get through in about 20 minutes, right? And so I was thinking maybe an hour. Play testing, people have been taking 90 minutes. A few people have taken more than that. So let me see if it's even a legitimate strategy. Let's go back to one of my earlier saves where I had multiple people, maybe even earlier than that one. Just to try and give this a fair shake, right? I think mine is too long too. I gave people too many options, which slows things down. So the combat in mine, I'm surprised more people when I watch them play don't just do the auto battle. So I added in an auto battle. Do I have one of these that's closer to town? I was really hoping to get one closer to town. There's a button you can press that just basically switches to attack as fast as possible. So you can turn on auto battle. So there comes a point when there is there's the B button. There's 4 options: attack, inventory, auto battle, and flee. And auto battle makes the combat last about 15 seconds. Because most combats is not that long in my entry. All right. Let me see if I can get back to the entrance. So this game, I think, oh, this is not the entrance. So I'm pretty sure if I want to beat this game, I need to grind out a zillion fights to get a bunch of money to buy better equipment. So the enemies, I think, need to drop more money. So that way, when I go back to town, I can upgrade. Every time I go back to town, right? So this is essentially, if I want to beat this game, I need to do this. I don't get to make interesting choices in combat. There's shoot and then use item. And so so I can do this. 600 gold. All right, go back to town, heal, embark. So this is not what I want to do. And then I need to grind up 60,000 gold or something crazy to be able to get equipment. $300 gold. I didn't take any damage. And I'm not going to do this. The reason I avoid auto combat in your game is several fold, but primarily I perceive combat as quite strategical. And since I don't know how auto combat works, I was afraid that it would either waste my resources or lose battles, which I could have won. My game is incredibly forgiving, except in the boss combat. So it is quite tactical. If you make the correct choices in combat, you are rewarded greatly. Auto combat in my game, you will have to heal a lot more. But each area kind of has 2 different types of enemies. And so if you have a weapon that has the 2 different types you need, it just plows through the enemies in the area with auto battle. So even without auto battle, the fights only take about a minute to complete anyway. They're quite quick. But yeah, I'm going to need to do this an incredible amount of time to be able to afford anything in town. Right? I'm only at 3,500. I need 20,000 just to get new weapons. It's just going to take me way too long. Or I'm completely missing something. Right? So I need 15,000 for the better weapon. per character. Not just 15,000, 15,000 per character. So it's just going to take me way too long to do. I personally think auto battles should be inefficient. It should be better than playing in the absolute worst case. So auto battle just does the basic attack. It doesn't use any abilities or anything like that. So the monsters that come up that say this is a trivial fight, essentially. So here's how my in my game it says trivial fight, dangerous fight, lethal fight. It runs a simulation against that enemy like 50 times using auto battle. And so if it says it's a trivial fight, auto battle will win 100% of the time. Even wins 50% of the time. Dangerous, you win 25% of the time. Lethal, you win 0%, like 1% or something like that. And so it gives you the message of whether or not the battle is going to be trivial or not. And if it's trivial, you can just press auto battle. Exactly, Art. So that's the whole point of it. At some point, you get too strong in the game, and so the combat's not entering. There's at most 37 encounters in my game, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. This game's really neat. I wish the combat was more interesting. I wish there were custom assets, but a solid entry. There's nothing in this entry. There's no bugs in this entry. It's just the grind is too much for my taste. That's what I'll say about this game. The grind is too much for me. The instructions were very clear. I know what I need to do if I want to win. I just don't enjoy this type of grinding in a game. If the combat was interesting, if I had more choices to make in combat that let me sort of have consequences or benefits for making the right action, I would love that. But you know, for a jam entry, not bad at all. Thank you so much for making this. This was Dragooning Dungeon Preserve, or Dragon